Pant. Let me now get the thoughts of Sunny Gavaskar, Pragyan Ojha. Sunny bhai, to you first. The big talking point will definitely be Dinesh Karthik playing ahead of Rishabh Pant. It was going to be a close call. How do you see this?
Well, I actually expected both of them to be playing because with Hardik Pandya now available to bowl his 4 overs, you've actually gone into this contest with six options for bowling. You've got 3 seam bowlers, you've got 2 spinners, and you've got Hardik Pandya. So I thought that maybe one spinner might not be picked, and the leggy might not be picked, and you would have both Dinesh Karthik as well as Rishabh Pant playing. But the selection committee, the tour selection committee has obviously decided to go in with only one wicketkeeper. So in a way, they're covering for the possibility of one bowler having a day off. And one bowler, when he's not bowling well, then you want somebody, as a Stepney, and they've got that with the 6th option. So that's the way to look at it. But I'm surprised that Rishabh Pant is not playing.
Okay, that's interesting now. Sunny Bhai's thoughts. I mean, he went the other way. As Sunny Bhai is saying that 5 bowlers, he thought with Hardik Pandya being there would have been enough. Pragyan, I'll get your thoughts also in the Indian team. Let me quickly tell our viewers what the Pakistan team is looking like at the moment. You've got Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan, the openers. And then you've got Fakhar Zaman at number 3. You will have Iftikhar Ahmed at number 4. You've got Khushdil Shah at number 5. Asif Ali at number 6. And then you've got Mohammad Nawaz at 7. Shadab Khan, the vice captain, is at number 8. Naseem Shah, the young fast bowler, at number 9. And then you got Haris Rauf at 10 and Shahnawaz Dahani at number 11. So this was the team that was expected from Pakistan's point of view to play, and that is what they are playing. Hassan Ali, as I informed you a little while earlier, that even though he had joined the squad today, he may not have been available for selection because just arrived today, fresh off the boat. So he wasn't available for the selection. Okay, Pragyan, I'm going to come to you. I already have informed our Indian playing 11 to our viewers a short while ago. You will have it up on your screens. I'm not going to repeat the names of those 11 players. But meanwhile, Pragyan, you're just going to tell me about what Sunny Bhai said. He said that he most likely would have seen both Rishabh Pant and wanted to see both Rishabh and Dinesh Karthik there in India going with just 5 bowlers. Your thoughts?
I think what I can read is I think Dinesh Karthik, the batsman, was given that edge over Rishabh Pant, because if you see Rishabh Pant in T20, he was not looking as though he was settled. So maybe Dinesh Karthik gave that little bit of cushion. That's the reason they have gone ahead with him. If Rishabh is not injured or he doesn't have any niggles, that's what I'm assuming. Because Dinesh Karthik, as he's been performing with the bat, that is the reason he has been given that edge. Other than that, if you talk about wicketkeeper, for me it will be Rishabh Pant, because he's much safer, what I would say.
Interesting thoughts. Pragyan, let me tell you, you said that unless he's injured or something, I'm going to tell all our viewers that we've been tracking the Indian practice. Rishabh Pant is not injured. In fact, if you had told me to tell you the 11 yesterday, I could have told you the 11, just that I did not risk it. I'll tell you why. Because the Indian team had an optional training session yesterday. I went to cover the training session, and all players that are substitute today were the ones that were in the training session. None of the players that were playing actually turned up at the practice session. If I had to read those clues yesterday, I would have told you the playing 11. So I'll tell you who all came to practice yesterday. There was Deepak Hooda, there was Rishabh Pant, there was Ravichandran Ashwin, there was Ravi Bishnoi, and there was Deepak Chahar. The guys who were not going to be part of this 11 were only training yesterday. So the 11-member team was actually resting. So we had an idea of what the team is going to look like, and that's exactly how the 11 has turned out. And just to let you know why the regular players didn't practice, I was speaking to a few players and they said that the 3 days before this they had a very intense training session, 3 days back to back of very intense training session. So they thought that let's give the players a break a day before the game. Okay, Saibai, coming back to you, you mentioned that you expected both Rishabh and Dinesh to play, but if you had to pick one, you reckon Dinesh has got the edge because Rishabh's bat's not been firing in the recent past in the T20 format? I'm just going to add my 2 bits, Haribhai. I was at the practice the 2 days, and if there was one guy who was really knocking the ball out part of the ground. In fact, most were clearing the boundary, the likes of Virat Kohli, the likes of KL Rahul, Rohit Sharma. But if there was one guy who was not only clearing the boundary, actually taking it to the pitch of the second ground, only one man, that was Dinesh Karthik. His weren't sixes, they were teners, they were niners, and we were all in the media talking about how sweetly he was hitting the ball. Do you think the batting and he being the better batsman, that's given him the edge? Because as Pragyan points out, in wicket keeping, you might have just gone with Rishabh Pant.
Yes, that would be the main consideration. What he can do coming in at number 7, coming in, or number 6, coming in and changing the complexion of the game with his unorthodox batting, innovative batting that Dinesh Karthik has. And let me also please add that even the wicket keeping, if you just look at pure wicket keeping, I think Dinesh is a better wicket keeper than Rishabh Pant. Maybe Rishabh Pant's form in the T20s has not been encouraging. And therefore, that's the reason why they thought that maybe in a crucial game, in a must-win game, it's a must-win game because it's the first game of the tournament, that they wanted to go in with a little bit more of experience. So one can understand this. But Rishabh Pant is going to be an integral part of the Indian team for years to come.